Hey, what's up everyone? This is Liz, and in this video we are keeping up with the biz of Brian McKnight. Reportedly, Brian McKnight celebrates ex-wife not showing up to court. This according to TMZ. This video is for entertainment and informational purposes only, and everything is allegedly. TMZ also shows a photo of them back when they were together, but of course, they have both moved on. But when they were together, it makes one wonder, did they ever turn their backs on one another? In the words of Avant, but now that they are separated, it seems they cannot stand one another. And so because his ex-wife did not show up, Brian is asking for a default judgment in his $8.8 million lawsuit, which makes one wonder, was she even served? Did she even know about the court date? Because why would she not show up to defend herself against something of this magnitude? Something just ain't clean in the milk. Now, although reportedly, she has a few days to respond to explain herself, this has not stopped Brian McKnight from celebrating online. His son, Brian McKnight Jr., has something to say about his celebratory post. And so, we are going to take a look at what Brian McKnight Jr., which is one of his children from his first wife, has to say about Brian celebrating what Brian seems to think is a win. Apparently, his son Brian Jr. is disgusted by this. After we check out what Brian Jr. has to say, we will take a look at the post from the famous R&B singer Brian McKnight's post. We will not be able to play his video because he has music in the background that we are not sure if copywritten or not. Wonder, did he do this on purpose? Now, according to TMZ, it says that Brian is taking it as a victory that she did not show up for court. The default judgment, if approved by the court, would be for $8.8 million. They say that he is already declaring a victory in his defamation case against ex-wife Julie McKnight, after she didn't appear in court. Brian filed a motion for default judgment and is waiting for the court to sign off to make his win official. But that technicality didn't prevent Brian from celebrating. Okay, he is already celebrating before the entire process is complete, according to this article. Which seems a little bit petty to me. As we all know, some of these celebrities are petty. Now, I can't say that I blame him, though. Most people would probably seek a default judgment when the other person does not show up for court. Not sure why Sister Girl did not show up for the court date, especially when there's so much money on the line. I wonder if she was notified of the court date. The whole entire situation seems suspect. Now, reportedly, Brian McKnight posted a video of himself smoking a cigar, saying, "The verdict is in. It isn't? According to the courts, trying to ruin my name and trying to bring harm to my family in a book filled with lies equals $8.8 million. So there you have it. He feels like she defamed him in a book that she wrote. It says that the suit alleges Julie made false claims about Brian in her book, Mama Bear, Beautifully Blended, basically calling him an abusive husband and neglectful father to their children. Now this, according to TMZ. Now, this is what Brian said in his video. This is what he had to say. This day, October 16th, 2025. We are here about an hour and a half outside of London, and the verdict is in. We've been quiet, listening to liars continue to lie and keeping to ourselves, living and loving our life. As we said, leaving everything in God's hands and letting our lawyer do the talking. But according to the courts, trying to ruin my name and trying to bring harm to my family and a book filled with lies equals $8.8 million. And this is just the beginning, because anyone and everyone that helped promote these lies will hear from my lawyer in the days to come. No weapon formed against us shall prosper, but from my voicemail is the voice of a liar. He proceeds to play a voicemail of his ex-wife. On the voicemail, she appears to say, "Do not text Neko again. Do not call Neko again." Leilani, if you are also checking these messages, that goes for you as well. I am very serious about this. So, this is what he has to say in this video celebrating his so-called win. A gleeful video continues with Brian running around and clicking his heels while a voicemail, ostensibly from Julie, plays. "Do not text Nico again. Do not call Nico again," the voice demands. "Brian, you know me and you know that I mean what I'm saying to you." So, he is playing a voicemail with his wife apparently confronting him about their son Nico, who has since passed away due to cancer. This just seems insane. Why play this voicemail now? My thought is, since he did not get to play it in court, he is playing it now so it can be heard. But I don't know. Maybe he's attempting to paint the narrative that he was not allowed to communicate with his son. One wonders, what was he saying to his son to make his ex-wife so angry? Per TMZ, the message played over Brian literally skipping. The question is, why be skipping and playing something that references your child that is no longer here? Brian McKnight Jr. was not having it. He did a lengthy post which can be seen at the Neighborhood Talks Instagram page. He has something to say. Seems like the singer's point may be that he was not allowed to talk to his son and may have been kept away from his son by his ex-wife. Otherwise, not sure why he would be playing this video, a recording of his ex-wife asking him not to call their son that has since passed. The report states that on October 6th, the parties involved in the case were given 21 days to respond, so stay tuned to see how it turns out. So appears she has a few days left to respond. By October 27th is my estimation. Appears she knows about the filing because Brian McKnight Jr. knows about it and posted about it after he got upset about Brian McKnight's post celebrating a win in the court case. One person commented under the article by TMZ and says, "Just another example of what kind of man you are. R.I.P. to Nico. You can go straight to H, where you belong." While another says, "There are two sides of a story. Calm down, sir." So this person is saying that Brian has a side to the story as well. Now, although some people did take up for Brian, for the most part, people were going in on him for his celebratory post and the way his son responded. Now, this is what his son had to say. This posted by the Neighborhood Talks. The Neighborhood Talk captions their video with this. They say, "Oop, Brian McKnight Jr. has come forward to confront his dad on celebrating allegedly winning a hefty payment in the defamation lawsuit against his ex-wife, Julie."
I've tried, man. I've tried really, really hard to not touch on shit, to let it go, to be the bigger person, to be mature, to be something. But going on with my dad right now, man. If y'all aren't seeing what's happening, if y'all aren't seeing the fact that this is just a very hurt and a very emotionally unavailable and not intelligent person, the person that is still have not been able to handle the death of his own mother, the things that we're seeing him go through right now, to decide to make certain posts on my late brother's birthday. Say what you want, dog, but the gloves are off for me, just to keep it real. And there's
Let's see what the people are saying about McKnight Jr.'s post on the Neighborhood Talk. I checked his Instagram page where he has over 70,000 followers and could not find the video there. One person states, "I can't even listen to Brian McKnight's music anymore off the disgust of how he treats his melanated children. His whole legacy is tainted for me, and this further stamps it. Hope his children, whom didn't ask to be on this earth, can find a place of peace and heal." This person responds, "I'm sure he's crying right now at the fact you won't listen to his music." So this person is being sarcastic. Yet another responds, "Wait, so y'all will cancel Brian and not R. Kelly? Got it." So people are doubtful that what some consider immoral behavior by celebrities will impact them to the point where they will not thrive and survive. However, I do believe it does hit them in their pockets to a certain extent. Another person says, "I read the reason he won is because Julie didn't show up for court. I pray she appeals and claims the victory. I wonder if she can appeal if she has not even showed up in court to respond to the lawsuit. Not sure how that works, but she does have time to explain why she wasn't in court. I am just wondering why she did not appear in court." And now he has called for the courts to give him a default judgment. She still has a few days to explain herself. Another person says a man that selectively chooses which of his biological children he wants to be around is not a man in my book. Appears Brian did admit to disowning his older kids by his first wife in response that he did in a post, as shown by the Neighborhood Talk, where he says, "A person post and ask Brian McKnight, 'So you didn't disown your kids?' And Brian responds, 'Yes, they were disowned in 2019, right after they lied and told the world that I abandoned them, inciting hate and violence threats, because people like you believed it.' So appears he is saying he picks the kids by his new wife over the kids he has with his previous wife. Although this is sad, We have seen this before. Look at the rift between 50 Cent and his son. Let's read one more comment. This person said, "Then he sat and said the date as if it was a normal day." So this is what the people are saying about this Brian McKnight situation. We would like to think that a father would not disown their biological children except in extreme situations, such as they unalived someone. According to Brian, people were threatening to unalive him because of this. Just sad they could not work this out prior to having to go to court. Although they have had friction in the past, you would think that the person that was married to a celebrity would have the right to speak out and tell their side of the story. But as sad as this situation is, I guess the other person also has the right to sue. Just shocked. She did not show up in court, and now there may be a default judgment. Because with the way that her son feels, he probably would have been a good character witness to her case. However, sometimes children do not like to be part of their parent's court case against another parent, no matter what they may think of that parent. Not sure who his witnesses may have been. Just sad to see that the relationship between this dad and his older children are so broken. I have a feeling this happens a lot more in society than we care to admit. Just said it has to be this way though. So it appears the controversy stems from Julie McKnight's book, Mama Bear Beautifully Blended, which Brian claims contains numerous false allegations about his character and conduct during their marriage. Specifically, the lawsuit addresses accusations of spousal abuse and parental negligence that Brian vehemently denies. These allegations have sparked a legal battle that could potentially result in significant financial consequences. Brian's response to Julie's court absence has raised eyebrows in the entertainment community. He posted a video of himself celebrating what he considers a victory, despite the fact that no official verdict has been rendered. In the video, he can be seen smoking a cigar while making bold claims about an $8.8 million judgment. This premature celebration has become a talking point in itself, as legal experts note that the court has yet to formally sign off on the default judgment. The situation takes on additional complexity when considering the tragic backdrop of their son Nico's from cancer at age 32. In what many observers consider a controversial move, Brian's celebration video included footage of him skipping and clicking his heels while playing what appears to be a voicemail from Julie. The message, which directly references their deceased son, creates a stark contrast with Brian's celebratory behavior. The legal process continues to unfold, with the court having established a 21-day response period beginning October 6th. This time frame is crucial as it allows all parties involved to present their positions before any final judgment is rendered. The outcome of this case could have significant implications not only for the McKnights, but also for similar cases involving public figures and published personal accounts. The timing and nature of Brian's celebration have sparked discussions about the appropriate handling of sensitive family matters in public forums. His decision to publicly celebrate while incorporating elements related to their unalived son has led to mixed reactions from fans and observers. This aspect of the case highlights the challenges public figures face in balancing their public persona with private family matters, especially in the context of legal disputes. Although I can sympathize with both sides, Brian said he received unalived threats, but he is the elder. You would think he would be the bigger person instead of going tit for tat. Seems like he could not wait to let the public know what was going on with this lawsuit, especially since it appears he believes he has won this lawsuit. Probably would not have been so gleeful if she had showed up and it had turned out differently. But for now, Brian is the one that is celebrating. Just a hot mess if you ask me. Sometimes it be your own family that goes against you the most. That's why you have to be careful who you trust, even when it is your own family. Just seems like Brian is being insensitive and petty for posting this on his son's birthday that has passed away. Just unbelievable. Although at this point, I am not surprised at what some B celebrities do. That's it for this video. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.